What is up, guys? Dakota here, and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the things that I plan on doing to my Jeep as far as modifications go, because I've had it for almost 2 years now and I haven't really done anything to it. I've done, I guess technically, like 3 modifications, but if you were to look at my Jeep, you could be fooled to think otherwise. Like my very first one was the shorty antenna. Does that really count? I don't think so, but I did that. I also did the steel bumper from Mopar and a intake again, so that's something you can't see. But anyways, so I thought we'd talk about that. And the reason we're inside is because the first mod that is gonna happen the fastest is probably gonna be a headliner. I plan on adding either the hothead headliners or the one from Mopar. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I do plan on adding it for the entire top, not just the top itself, but also on the sides by the windows and everything. Because, you know, when your Jeep's been out in 100-degree heat for 8 hours and then you get in it, it's super hot. So the headliner will help kind of regulate the temperature a little bit, keep it a bit nicer when it's cold. You know, it'll do the same thing. And also add a little bit of sound deadening as well to kind of help it be a little bit quieter, cut down on that wind noise a little bit. So that's probably the thing that's going to be happening fairly soon. I just got to kind of decide which one I want to go with. And now for the next stuff, we're going to hop outside the vehicle and I'm going to kind of show you guys my plans, kind of starting from what's probably going to happen the soonest to not the soonest. So let's go ahead and hop out. All right, so the next thing that I am gonna do, as you guys can see, I have the steel bumper here. My Jeep originally came, I ordered it with the plastic bumper, which was, I thought was the same thing, because when I ordered this Jeep, the description for the steel bumper literally just said steel bumper. I did not realize that it would give you a little bit more clearance and you can take the end caps off. So after I got it, I decided to go ahead and upgrade to it, and I run it with the end caps off, as you guys can see. But if you guys pay close attention to either any of my pictures or previous videos, you guys will see I still have this right here and not the actual skid plate that came with this bumper. And that is because I need 2 brackets and some like nutsert things that I do have the part numbers for in order to install the skid plate. I just haven't done it yet because I don't know. So, but that is something that I need to do, and I'll probably be doing that here shortly, because it's fairly simple. Again, it's just something that I need to actually just take the 20 minutes to call the parts people at Jeep and get it ordered. But that's probably the next thing that I'm going to do. One, because it'll look a little bit cleaner than having this guy hanging down. As you guys can see, it's a little bent up in places. But that's going to be the next thing. Now let's go ahead and talk about wheels and tires. Alright, so next is wheels and tires. So these are the stock tires that came with my Jeep. They are the BFG KO2s in a 285/70 R17, so 33-inch tires. And these have about 32,000 miles on them at the moment. So they've got some mileage on them, and probably here within the next 5,000 to 8,000 miles, I'll probably need to get new ones. And once I do that, I'm probably going to get the same tires, because again, I use this as my daily driver, and these tires are great for on-road driving as well as when I take them off-road. So I'll probably stick with the same ones, just go to a 35, because with the Rubicon you get the high clearance fenders, so you can actually fit 35s without a lift. So that's something that I'll probably do. As far as wheels go, I'd like to get new wheels, but that's also kind of expensive. And that's probably going to be something that happens later on down the road. You know, so immediately in the immediate future, it's probably just going to be going straight to 35s with no lift, same tires, because I think these things are great. So yeah, that covers wheels and tires. Now let's talk about lifts. So next, as far as lifts go, I'm really kind of leaning towards the factory Mopar 2-inch lift for a couple of reasons. One, because it'll keep the warranty, as well as it's also not very expensive. Like, we're talking for the entire kit before installation or anything, it's like $1,500 compared to, say, an equivalent other lift that isn't a cheapo lift. We're talking, you know, $4,000 or more before installation, so it's a lot cheaper. You're gonna get something that's made by Jeep, so it's, you know, a reputable company. Get the Fox shocks and everything. So that may happen later on, but I think that's probably where I would go, because, you know, this thing with 35s and a 2-inch lift is going to get me basically everywhere I want to go. Again, haven't been to a whole bunch of trails, but this thing's stock is super capable, so, you know, I don't think I need to necessarily go crazy, but everybody says that and they end up doing something crazy, so we'll see. But that's something that's probably going to happen later on. It's not something that I want to necessarily do right away, but that is probably what I'm leaning towards more than, you know, a $4,000 metal cloak system that arguably I'm sure is better, but just don't really want to throw that much money into it. But I also don't want to get something that's just a suspension spacer, you know. So yeah, that's as far as suspension goes, that's kind of what I'm currently leaning towards, just because, again, it's pretty inexpensive, and you know, is going to give me 2 inches of lift, and those 35s are going to give me about probably anywhere from 3.5 to 4 inches of total lift, so that'll be pretty awesome. Now let's go ahead and talk about a couple other things. All right, so the next thing that I want to get is a replacement bumper. Now, much like the front bumper, I don't want to do anything that looks super hardcore aftermarket, and I actually know which bumper I want to get. It's the one from AEV for the JL, except that the JL's been out for like almost 3 years, and they still have not made it available. At least on their website, they don't show that you can just go and buy the bumper yet, so I'm not really sure what's taking them so long. But it looks clean. It doesn't look super hardcore aftermarket, you know. It's not some in-your-face thing, which I just personally like, because this thing is it's taken some abuse, as you guys can see here. You know, I've hit it on a couple of things, gotten caught on some things, so I want something that's going to have a bit more clearance, as well as be, you know, not plastic. And I'm not quite sure yet if I want to go with a swing out tire carrier or not. We'll have to kind of see, I guess, how expensive that is. So yeah, guys, that's, you know, kind of what I want to go with. I will probably go with a swing out tire carrier, you know, just because if you go bigger tires, naturally it's more weight on there. So but that's kind of my plan for the rear bumper, just because this thing is so beat up. And then the next thing would really just be maybe a couple more skid plates. Nothing major. I don't really want to do a full body one. Maybe some diff covers, you know, just to give me that added sense of security when you're going out on some rocks and things like that, you know, banging the thing up. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of plans. Now, I'm sure it could change, you know, a year from now, and I might have a totally different perspective, but currently I just want to do something that's fairly mild, that still gives me a lot of capability while not adding a bunch of weight or putting a bunch of stress on it, and making it look super in your face. I just think that I'm going for more of like a clean design. I don't have any plans to do like a light bar or anything like that, because I've never off-roaded at night. Normally that's when you're sleeping or camping, so I don't plan on doing anything like that. I don't plan on adding a snorkel or anything, or any more engine upgrades. But yeah, those are the things that I plan on doing. Just thought I'd make a quick video to let you guys know. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm definitely open to it. I'm sure a lot of you guys will say a winch. That is also something that later on I probably plan on adding. But yeah, if you guys have anything that you think would be a good idea, make sure to leave a comment down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and click that bell notification, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.